So if you're a Delhi fan, you may be in for a good ride here, because May only specializes in playing the Delhi Sultanate, and he's playing right now against his opponent specializing in Chinese civilizations. It is Crackety here playing as the Chushi's Legacy. In the color of teal, welcome everybody to another Age of Empires forecasted game. If you are enjoying those, don't forget to give a like and subscribe if you want to see more of those. And let's get back into the game. We got Gorge, which is leaving us. Next update, Gorge is leaving us, and I believe we don't have it anymore. We do have some other things, but Gorge is not one of them. I believe Dry Arabia is also leaving us next patch. I may be in for a... It's gonna be a wild map pool for the next patch. At least half of the season it's gonna be wild. We have a... I don't remember what is the name of those maps, but they were really interesting. To be honest, I like the map pool that we have now. I really like it. Feels very... not very stream. The only stream thing that we have now, I think it's Socotra, and Socotra is staying with us. Socotra is staying with us in the next patch. Fortunately for us, we're gonna see some wild games in Socotra. Anyway, let's talk about this matchup: Delhi against Chushi. It's Chushi. I think, you know, I don't think Chushi does bad against Delhi. Both of them are really good in the Feudal Age, especially because Chushi has access to Chuginus very early on, can put a lot of pressure, and with a big mass, I think in the Feudal Age you don't want to fight against a lot of Chuginus. It's like the only way to counter that is with a Mangonel or tons of mana d'arms. Even with the mana d'arms and everything, it's just really hard. Chuginus will just melt everything. At the same time, Delhi pumps units like no other civ. They just spam so many units so fast. They can just put the Scholar in the production buildings, and they can just have a really big army. There has been some changes here. There has been some changes where Delhi is playing a little bit differently. And May is one of those players that mainly plays Delhi, and he's wild. He's wild. And looks like he changed the landmark. Am I blind? Did I see the Tower of Victory first? Gonna go for a Dome of Fate here. Meanwhile, Crackety already there with the meditation garden next to the gold, next to the berries. A little bit of wood. Honest work for sure. Could have been here, to be honest. The same but better, I guess. Can't even put it here, but does he know about this? Oh, that's why he doesn't know. He didn't scout this side of the map yet. Oh my god. He's gonna get a big surprise. If you don't know Crackety, he streams from time to time on Twitch. Obviously, he's a pro player. Always, you can see him in the tournaments. He's not full-time Age of Empires 4 player, unfortunately. We would love to see him more often. And one of the things I love the most about his streamings is his rage quits. If you're familiar with another keep, if you're familiar with more stone walls, Crackety is the one behind those boys lines. It's just so fun to watch. The mouthing and everything is just peak Age of Empires 4 gameplay from his point of view. Oh my god, I love it. I'll put a link in the description where you can follow Crackety. Anyway, we're not gonna see Chuginus, we're gonna see stables coming for Crackety. And still in the Tang Dynasty. If you're gonna stay in the Feudal Age for a long time, you might as well think about going into the Song Dynasty, just because you can get cheaper upgrades for your farms eventually, and you can just get you know, free units from your production buildings. And it always reminds me of the meme strat that don't already make that. He could always make a stable, and with the Jiangnan Tower that you have with the Chinese, with the Chushi's Legacy, you can get free units every time you build a production building, and he built like 40 barracks or something like that. I'm not really even exaggerating. I'm not really even exaggerating with this number. It's like 40 or even more. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it makes sense. 150 wood to build a stable. And 120 to build a horseman. Which means I might as well build the stable and get a free horseman. So the stable basically cost me 30. And in the end, I will have like tons of production buildings that if I need reinforcements, I will have them right away. Like that's the beautiful thing about this. This doesn't work very well with Chugunus because they are not as, you know, they're not really as expensive as a horseman, but still free value. It is free value. But Crockett is just gonna stay in the tank dynasty for a while. Gonna have Chugunus and horseman. It's gonna be his choice. And already walling here, loving this wall, protecting a lot of his food resources that he has in the left. Not so much on the right, only a single boar. Very lonely here. So he will have to protect those resources for the future, especially now that the Delhi doesn't have huge army numbers. It will be easier for you to wall. When they have huge army numbers, it's just really hard. Like they will patrol everywhere, try to deny your food, and because you're in the tank dynasty, farm transition is really not an option for you. You have to fight. So looks like both players will fight in the Feudal Age. No intentions for Crackety to that fast castle that we usually see with the Chushi's Legacy. Oh my god, Villager gets spotted here and wall is not gonna be finished, unfortunately. Villager tried to build fast, but not fast enough. The wall is not finished. So usually what Chushi may try to do is just go for a super fast castle. And get those knights and, you know, those monks and get the relics and take it from there. I don't think this is a matchup that they can do that. Just because Delhi can just pump a lot of units. So you gotta be careful here. Barracks already there for Crackety. Gonna deal with... That's a lot of gassy raiders. Meanwhile, May going for professional scouts. Now, this is something that has been going on with the Delhi. We haven't been talking much about what is Delhi's doing. Have a couple of stables, which means he will be pumping those scouts, and professional scouts are already coming, and it's really not so uncommon to see Delhi going professional scouts and then going for a fast castle, because the scholars they get here are cheaper. Yeah, they can have many scholars. You can see 3 sacred sites being captured at the same time. Crackety thinking, where am I going to go to decap? Oh, I cannot really decap 3 of them. And because you have a lot of scholars, all your upgrades are really fast. And when you hit a castle age, you already have all the scholars. You need to grab all those relics right away. This guy needs to run for his life. It's like he will live for another day. He will live another day. Meanwhile, Sacred Site. Capture in the east. West side of the map. Gonna be decapped. Very nice work by Crackety. Just not allowing May to capture those sacred sites. Looks like a fight happening here. And to be honest, I don't know what's the result of that fight. But anyway, Chugunu gonna be surrounded by those gassy raiders, and it's not a good time to beat Chugunus here. It's not a good time. They don't have a really they don't have good traits against those gassy raiders. So they're just gonna be losing a lot of Chugunus. That's for sure. That's for sure. Meanwhile, the wall is gonna be finished here. Semi-protecting the foot. I mean, there is a very open space here. There's something about Gorge that some people like it, some people hate it. If you play French, you love it because there is so many open spaces where you can harass from multiple angles, and it's just really hard to wall this map. So still, it's kind of protected, but still the possibility for your opponent to just get in there. And the good thing is only one. You kind of limit the places where your opponent can actually go here and actually make some damage. So it's not like a surprise attack where he went through the back door. It's just like You know it's going from there. That's the only entry point. And you basically have this area here where all the fights are gonna happen, just because you have those walls happening here, which is very, very good for you. Meanwhile, Crackety, just with 3 production buildings, looks like he's supervising those spearmen. He needs a lot of spearmen now. Meanwhile, May, professional scouts will be finished soon. Is he really going for it? Probably. Probably. We're seeing Gassy Raiders only challenge here, which is really interesting, considering the Delhi usually likes to go for those archers with the Tower of Victory, which he didn't go for now. Which also makes a lot of sense. If you don't go Tower of Victory, Gassy Raiders can give you a lot, give you more value. You feel like a waste not going for Tower of Victory and not using infantry. So I believe even with the Tower of Victory, this wouldn't give any value. So definitely the right choice. More Gassy Raiders trying to take down the Meditation Gardens. And they're just everywhere now. They're just everywhere. Blacksmith upgrades also finish as well for May. And just with only Gassy Raiders, he's gonna be able to do quite a lot of damage here. Quite a lot of damage. I really need to buy a wireless headphone. I really need to. Like, I really like the idea of having my headphones working 24/7 because they're connected. But at the same time, cables can be really annoying sometimes. Today is one of those days where the cables are just really annoying. Right? May is macroing for going that Castle Age now. He's being completely annoying with those Gassy Raiders. And with those Sacred Sites, even with 2 on gold. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough gold to age up. And indeed, it's gonna be the House of Learning. Where is it? There you go. House of Learning coming in the back side of his base. Crackety at the same time with a lot of wood. Probably thinking about making some farms, probably. I'm not really sure. But that's a lot of spearmen. Looks like the Gassy Raiders will get us around. Only kill 1, unfortunately. That's the problem with spearmen. While they do very good against horsemen, Gassy Raiders can just run away. And, you know, you can kill one you can touch, I guess. So, May already in the Castle Age. Let's see what are the upgrades he's prioritizing, which is very important for the Delhi. Oh, what the hell? Did you see that? So, it's gonna be Hunt Blades. It's a very popular upgrade recently. Man-at-Arms plus 3 attack, as well as Lancers. And he's gonna be having some Man-at-Arms of his own. I already have some Barracks. Lancers coming as well. And Relics coming soon for May. I already have 1 coming home. Wouldn't be so long until he gets most of the Relics. This one is gonna be a little bit hard to get because of the walls. Scholar going down. And looks like Crackety, he's kind of like thinking about going Castle Age. He does have a lot of gold. And he stopped making unit for now. He's gonna have to defend with what he has at the moment, which is 19 Spearmen. Which is good. I mean, your opponent only has 1 Man-at-Arms and Gassy Raiders. So I believe he still can defend and get away with going to Castle Age. The problem is May is already in Castle Age and he's getting all those upgrades. He's gonna have a... Let's just say he's gonna have an advantage here. Looks like May's not gonna go for those professional scouts to gather that deer. Very honorable from him. Very honorable. Gassy Raider upgrade gonna be finishing soon. Just 20 seconds. Meditation Gardens. Almost going down. You're gonna doing a lot of DPS. Even with just a handful of them. Actually, it's not a handful. You have 19 Chugunus, 23 Spearmen. So... Crockety's army is really not that bad. Just because of the Chugunus. And now veterans here already is there. More range armor coming for those horsemen really soon. And it's just gonna be harder. Good thing there's plenty of spearmen. And Crockett is forced to go back, but the problem is he's mainly infantry, and Gassy Raiders start becoming really annoying. Crockett is gonna try to decap the sacred site on the east, but Man-at-Arms are coming here, and I think 3 Man-at-Arms is more than enough to take all this army here. More Gassy Raiders raiding. Crockett has been doing a really good job at defending. Only 2 villagers lost so far, considering there's so many horsemen on the field. And it's such an open space. He's done a very good job. Looks like Crockett will pull back for now. Not gonna decap that sacred site. And May's army is getting scarier and scarier. At the same time, Crockett is forced to stay in the Feudal Age. Now, not a bad thing to stay in the Feudal Age with the Chugunus, but +2 range armor is coming soon, and those Chugunus are just not gonna be doing quite a lot of damage. Look at how many you need to take down a single Man-at-Arms. The good thing is that's a lot of spearmen, and you know, that's an army that Crockett, it's, you know, he's been building little by little, and suddenly it may be a Feudal army, but still very scary. Jiangnan Tower going for Crockett. He needs that Song Dynasty. Not gonna be rushing though. It's like it's gonna be building it soon, because food is gonna run out soon. Knight's gonna intercept those Chugunus at the back. No spearmen around it, so he's gonna be losing a lot of Chugunus spearmen following the horsemen. It looks like he's gonna run away once again. That's the beauty of having the mobility in the battles. Crockett has 70 military units. That's no joke. No joke at all. Slow but steady. It's recovering. I feel like it's May couldn't have done the damage he wanted, but now it's getting harder. 23 Man-at-Arms, and he's going for it. Now that's a lot of spearmen here. Looks like he's gonna be losing quite a few knights and horsemen. And a Mangonel, it's pretty much sealing the deal here. A Mangonel will just deal perfectly with everything that you see here. And I don't know how Man-at-Arms will do against this, because Chugunu have very good DPS. Mangonel shot. Crockett trying to take down the Mangonel, but failed to do so. And another shot on the back of Crockett's army. Managed to snipe the Mangonel. Meanwhile, more raids here, knights in the field. Gotta be careful with those villagers on the wood line. And Crockett will have to pull back for now. Man-at-Arms is gonna be melting everything here. Very good job by Crockett moving the villagers. Sneaky wall here. Not gonna be able to find any villager yet. But looks like there is a hole here. Crockett building that wall. Oh my god, the wall wasn't finished. And now he needs to run away with these villagers. Gonna put them on the deer. And at the same time, more Man-at-Arms on the field. This time, more villagers are going down. Meanwhile, Sacred Victory approaching. Crockett in a really rough spot. Very rough. The Chugunus came for the rescue here. 43 Chugunus. That's what the doctor recommends in this situation. That's what you need. I actually do quite good. I'm surprised. Another Mangonel coming. You know what's funny? Chugunus can actually take down a Mangonel if they actually focus on it. And that's gonna be even more truth in the next patch. Mangonel trajectory. That's one of the latest shocks you will see in this patch. No more trajectory for the Mangonels. They're just gonna be throwing the Mangonel and just where you hit is where you will land. It will not follow the units. It will not follow the units. No more Trugunus coming. But it's just too many man-at-arms, and Trugunus mass starting to decrease by a lot. It's back to 24. Trugunus are really good in big numbers, not so much in lower numbers. Probably have only been losing 10 villagers so far after all this massacre. Gonna give props to him. He's been under a lot of pressure, and he only be losing like 10 villagers. Now that changed now. It's 18. But he's made a wonderful job at defending. Well, looks like the man-at-arms will seal the deal here. Especially with those Horn Blades. The plus 3 attack. It's gonna be really, really good for him. Trugunus inside the town center. Or it's just not gonna be enough, and Crackety taps out. Well played by these two players. I hope you have enjoyed this match, and if you do, I will see you in the next one. Bye and take care.